Hey everyone, Mick Ambrose from AllAboutTech. Welcome back to another video. Welcome to the finale of the series Question Time with Richard Ells. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this series. If you haven't already watched all the other episodes, go and watch all the other episodes. Some really good information. Share it with all your friends and family and stuff. I really appreciate it. A lot of effort's been put into these videos, not just by me but by everyone involved, setting up getting the questions from the community, etc. Again, a massive thank you to the Electroneum team for allowing me to come down. Just before I get into it, I just want to reiterate that ETN Academy, I've got an offer for their first course, which they've just launched. It's a cryptocurrency overview and an introduction to cryptocurrency. If they reach 200 participants on the course, they will give away 10,000 Electroneum, 5,000 to the person that gifts the course the most. So if you've got any friends or family that have a birthday coming up or whatever, the current price of it is just £5. Very cheap course, and the people that are running the ETN Academy, they have vast experience in the teaching sector, so that's really good. The reason that I'm reiterating this is an out of date tweet, but they have communicated with me that they are going to be extending it by another week. I'm pretty sure they just want to give away the ETN, to be honest with you. But yeah, 5 random winners for 1,000 ETN, and then that one person who's gifted the most courses for 5,000 ETN. So without further ado, let's get straight into the finale. And yeah, I'll catch you guys at the end. I really hope you enjoy it. So this is going to be the last video of the Q&A. I just want to say, just before we get into it, thank you so much for allowing the time to come down. I know you're really busy.
We are crazy busy, but thank you for coming down.
It's absolute pleasure. Nice drive.
It's people that are getting behind Electroneum that give us the passion here to make it happen on a day-to-day basis. We're excited to jump out of bed, get back to the office, and plough through the days, because it's an awesome community, and we're in awe of them and the passion that's there, and largely that's because of people like you that are out there supporting it. So the thanks is to you.
Thank you very much. So going into the one of the last questions of this Q&A, and it's, where do you see Electroneum a year from now? Oh
God, that's a tricky question. Oh gosh, you do know we're in crypto, right? Things change things spin on a dime, don't they? Yeah. Where do we see it in a year's time? Okay, well, we'll definitely be into the realms of regulated. So we'll have KYC, AML in place. I mean, that should be happening this year anyway. So we should have much larger deals with mobile operators. Some of the deals that have stalled, they've stalled on KYC. So know your customer issues stalls the bigger deals, because corporates just can't handle the fear factor of crypto. And once we've taken that away, and we've told them what we're doing, and they are comfortable with what we're doing. So once we've taken that away, some of the deals that we've got are huge in comparison to what we've got now. And bear in mind, what we've got now is deals signed for access to 103 million users. So when I say they're big, they're much bigger than 103 million. So huge user numbers on the ground. So if we can get those deals over the line at the beginning of next year, we should really be able to get on. We should, by the end of, did you say 1 year from now?
1 year from now.
We really should be into tens of millions of users. Let's just be conservative and say we should be 10 million plus users. And when I say users at that point, it'd be nice to see some active users, people that are making transactions. And some of the things we want to show. So we will have online, we'll have a facility for you to be able to see exactly where your nearest ETN acceptance person is. So you could have a look on there. We've got an image of the world. You can click on it, and we're allowing people to upload video of their shop, video of the photograph of their shops, and links to their social media channels, so you can actually see who it is that's accepting ETN. We're going to have stats again because we've got the centralization. We're going to have stats on payments that are going out, how many payments have been made today, over the last 7 days, over the last month. You know, so the volumes of transactions, where those countries are that transactions are taking place, all that's coming. We've got a community site under development, which should be well live into next year. We've taken our sort of the lead from GiftGaff in the UK. It's a mobile phone company that is run by the community almost. They've got a fantastic community site where the community self-police and they get awarded sort of kudos for helping others. That is in development right now, so that will be live for next year. So that will all be out there. I just see us, you know, a load of steps forwards. Certainly, I'd like to think we've got 10 million active users by this time next year. I may surprise myself. I mean, bear in mind, I set off with the sort of concept of this whole thing, thinking, well, maybe we'll raise a couple of million in the ICO and we'll go for a couple of million users in the first couple of years. And you know, my scope of it has grown to be much bigger in my head. So I think tens of million users might be doable. I don't know. It's a really tough call. I aim to get us to tens of millions of users as fast as I possibly can, and I work my absolute tail off to do that. So if that happens within a year, I'll be happy, but it might take longer. But I'm there grafting to make that happen. It's a very hard question in crypto. What's going to be a year?
I mean, we all see just how much hard work goes in.
Yeah, everyone
developing deals with
grafts,
working through
like
different time zones.
Yeah. Well, just as you came in today, you've had a chat with we've had people awake all night long working on Coinbene, which is now you can make deposits into Coinbene and full live tomorrow morning 4 AM UK. So and that's happened overnight. You know, it's a global product, so it's just the nature of the beast that you're going to need to skip some sleep.
Fantastic. So a lot of exciting things going on with Electroneum. Really exciting time for us. Just a whisker away from that beta going live of API integration. Oh, I should just say, I know you haven't asked the question, but we've had just under 1,000 beta applicants for the vendor system. So they've given us all their details. They've told us they want to integrate into a website or they want to integrate into a physical till. Some of these people have got 50 premises with tills in. There's just under 1,000 people that have applied. And I've had a couple of people say to me, oh, that's a bit disappointing. And I'm not disappointed with that. I'm over the moon with that. These are people who are just applying to be part of the beta process. I mean, I'm overwhelmed by it. Again, if you look at other currencies that are out there that are doing exceedingly well, if we look at Dash, go and have a look at Discover Dash. Go and have a look. I don't know how many users they've got on it, but they've probably got 1,500 or a couple of thousand people that accept Dash. And that's great. I'm not detracting from Dash. I love Dash, by the way. So I'm not detracting from them in any way. But when you see 1,000 people have applied, it is a big number. In crypto terms, 1,000 people applying to accept cryptocurrency in their store or online is a big thing. So yeah, we've been really excited, and we're so close to that going live. A couple of weeks away, and then we'll be working with those people hand in hand. Our tech guys will be supporting them through. We've got an API document that's been written to show them how to integrate. It's really exciting times. I think with the instant payment system as well, the 1,000 beta systems, they're probably dominantly in the Western world that already have ways to accept payments, whereas the real numbers are going to come from the unbanked entrepreneurial. Oh yes,
so let's just very quickly do that as well. I'm sorry I sidetrack your questions. I waffle on so much, but if we look at, so for instance, there's a deal we did that's signed with Zeus, XIUS. They've got 1.2 million agents in South America. Now, Zeus need us to integrate some of the KYC that I've spoken about in some of the other questions. So they really need Know Your Customer to be in place again before they're comfortable as a huge corporate to start accepting ETN. But we've been working this whole year towards this. And that comes out really, I think by the end of September, we should have that whole thing in place. And then that deal can then be pushed forwards. And they've got 1.2 million agents. So if you imagine we could only get 10% of them, so they've got direct contact with them, of course. If we only managed to get 10% of those on, you've got 120,000 people accepting ETN in South America. It would just be mind-blowing. So, you know, it will happen.
Yeah, definitely. The opportunity is there for the taking, and you guys are putting in everything in place. It's a lot of behind the scenes work as opposed to announcing big exchanges and big partnerships. But it's all these things going on in the background, which a real company does, not just a tech, like some of these other projects where these people don't have their own offices, they don't have their own structure, and you guys are putting it in place, which is really good to see.
Again, to repeat myself a little bit from another question, we are that hybrid between cryptocurrency, which is the craziest world you've ever seen, and a fintech company, which is, you know, stability, you know, super regulated environment. Some of the things, some of the hoops that we have to jump through to be a regulated fintech company are extreme. Were I to move myself and my family to a country that was outside of Europe, we might well be able to skip a lot of that fintech stuff, a lot of the KYC stuff. But we've already spoken to the monsters that will make this work, the massive, massive mobile companies and the massive vendors around the world. And all of them need you to have that fintech style regulation in place before they'll look at the crypto. So it doesn't matter where you put yourself in the world. You could skip it for a moment. And again, this comes down to people going, oh, I want it now. Oh, you know, when Moon. I get that.
When Lambo.
When Lambo, when Moon. You know, you've got to build it in the right way. So don't. This is half the reason I set up in Britain is because I'm British. I believe that this is going to be good for the British economy. And what we should do is we should find the way to make it acceptable. And you know, people are going to want to tax crypto
rather than side pass it.
Yeah, I might have said something that upsets a lot of people, right? But that's just life, and it's much better from my perspective that we embrace the real world where we want to deal with corporates, and they expect us to fall in line with fintech. So that's what we do. So we are putting all of that stuff in place so that we are a really beautiful hybrid between cryptocurrencies in their crazy world, fintech in their super stable world, and we're squeezing these two things together to make Electroneum acceptable by corporates, useful on the ground, financial inclusion, tens of millions of users, and I'm super. As always, I'm super confident we're going to do it. You know, it's just a case of setting your goals and chunking your way towards it, and that's what we do every day.
Fantastic. So, just before we close up the Q&A, is there anything else you wanted to say? Anything that comes to mind at all?
I can't think of anything. I'm sure there's a billion things whirling round. We'll do it again.
Fantastic. Well, I know you're really busy. Thank you so much for allowing me to come down.
Appreciate you coming down.
Thanks to everyone at the Electroneum team. And basically, if you like this video, give it a like. Subscribe to this channel.
All About Tech. You know, you've been all over Electroneum for quite a while, and we massively appreciate it. Do please follow All About Tech. You've done a lot for the Electroneum community, and give them a follow. It will help them out, and that will help out the Electroneum product itself. So go for it, please.
Lovely stuff. Do what Richard said, please, guys, and I'll catch you guys out in the next video. Peace out.